Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to Purposed Audacity. It's the first episode of the new year, and I'm pretty excited about it because, last year just ended kind of weird in terms of Purposed Audacity, and I decided that, if I'm going to start back recording these episodes, I'm going to definitely do it on a proper kind of schedule and all of that, because I just had a lot going on last year. So I do apologize for just how I have ended up treating this podcast, because I know that I do have some faithful listeners. So it is definitely my intention to better serve you and journey with you for 2021. So with that said, I truly hope that the end of 2020 was really good for you. I know that the year itself was something else, but I definitely hope that, you were able to benefit in one way or another and finish strong, honestly. I know that there have been some persons who have been so reluctant to plan for 2021, but I would definitely want to encourage you in terms of just taking a moment or taking some time to just sit down and say, hey, no matter what pops up this year, these are definitely like maybe 3 things or 5 things that you really want to strive for. And I would just say it would be great if, a deeper relationship with God is one of those things, Let me be real with you. Because of just how busy and interesting 2020 was, especially the last part for me, I really fell behind on like my devotions and spending deliberate time with God, and so I really realized that I need to step back up on it. My husband and I realized that, so we renewed the idea of a Bible reading schedule and devotions as a couple, and things like that, to definitely hold us accountable, as well as deliberately dive deeper in God again. And the reason I'm sharing this is because I really want you to know that it's not all the time that we have things together. It's not all the time that we will be as attentive in terms of our Christian walk as we need to be, but there is always an opportunity to change that and to fix that, and to actively walk in that, right? So with that said, part of the accountability factor will also be incorporating more actual scriptures in these episodes, so that we can actually be real and properly associated with the Bible, in terms of just breaking down certain topics and being willing or piquing our curiosity in terms of just checking out what the Bible has to say about these real life heart issues, or these real life situations, or things like that. So I definitely want to encourage you to challenge yourself and to purposefully walk in a deeper relationship with God, in true purposed audacity, So with that said, I feel that it's a beautiful time to remind you what Purposed Audacity is all about, right? So Purposed Audacity is a podcast that has been developed to help you to grow and to deepen your relationship with Christ, with your understanding of your purpose, and through going through a healing journey, be encouraged to stand boldly in your identity in Jesus Christ, right? So pretty much, it's really just about journeying actively together through healing and through just discussing various things that we go through as individuals, and just looking at them from a biblical perspective, so that we can really just hear a perspective outside of our own, outside of our friends, outside of even mine, and really just work on building that kind of relationship with God, where we can actually include Him in our very real situations, So it's really important to to just remind you of that as we just work on being more deliberate about this purpose, that's the journey. And just to remind you of just why we are here and why I really wanted to become a community, that we can just use to openly encourage each other, So with that said, this has been a lot said. With that said, I definitely want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for your support, and just let you know that I'm looking forward to journeying with you for 2021. Right. So with that now, I've come up with like a pretty different type of content breakdown, if you will. Because the reality is that I think by now some of you would know that I like being able to give episodes and give information that is very relevant to the now, if you will. Meaning if I've gone through something that week, or if I've observed something that week, and I believe that it would be beneficial for you to listen, then I would deliver on that. But at the same time, there are still some topics that end up being kind of neglected by a lot of outlets, Christian outlets and stuff, that I definitely love to tackle this year. So this year is not going to be too much of an in the now kind of vibe. I mean, if I mention a scenario in the episode, fine, cool, but it's definitely going to be a lot more planned out in terms of what I want to tackle, and just the association in terms of biblical references and stuff like that. So I'm making sure to let you know that so that you can prepare along with me, and we can have more spirited discussions in terms of what you would have read in the Bible, what I would have read in the Bible, and how we have chosen to break it down based on the inspiration and understanding that Holy Spirit would bestow upon us, right? So with that said, I just wanted to come on here, just big you up, and say thank you again for your continued support, your continued love, and prepare for more. All right, cool. Take care.